Here's an example of how to understand to put the ingredient together. In this case, you see it says vegetable protein from soybeans. Well, if we type in vegetable proteins, you may be encouraged to see that there is no soybean one. However, it's a vegetable protein from soybean. So that also means that it can be written as soybean protein. So if we look for soybean protein, as you can see, well, let's see. Sorry, soy protein. There it is. So what we can do is we're going to choose that. And obviously the other one is purified water. So we can choose that and hit enter. And that will accept it. Now in this case, you see it says cooked meatballs. We understand that meatballs is the actual product because we're being told what it's made out of. So we want the beef, the pork, the seasoning, salt. So we put in. It's probably seasonings and salt. It's probably two different ones. Scroll a little further. Fried flavor, which is, looks like it's a type of ingredient. We're going to go with flavorings on that. And canola oil. Down here, we've got flavors. Again. Grade A cream. So let's say we have. Perfect. And it's from milk. And we know cream comes from milk, so we don't have to actually write the milk. In this case, we've got bleached wheat flour. There we go. Partially hydrogenated soybean and or cottonseed oil. So that means it's both. So we got partially hydrogenated soybean oil, and we've got partially hydrogenated cottonseed oil. Lastly here, we've got yeast. Keep going. Looks like everything else is perfect. We just hit enter and accept this and move on to the next one. Here's an instance where we may need to create an ingredient. In this case, we see sherry wine powder. When you click sherry wine, you notice there's some different options. We don't have powder, so what we want to do is create that as a new ingredient. Check this box in. This means creation of the new ingredient. Now be very careful when you do this because there won't be very many ingredients created. So on a rare occasion, there will be an ingredient that's made. In this one, chicken meat is just chicken. This dried whey from milk. It's just whey dried. We got natural flavor that contains soy. So we want soy-based natural flavors. And then also turmeric and turmeric extractive. So that's turmeric and turmeric extractive. And hit enter. And you're good to go. Next one. Now we got organic concentrated cooked grape musk. So we're going to look up grape musk first and see if we can find it. And there's grape musk. There's concentrate and organic. Don't really need the cooked. And that's it. Go to the next one. We got apples, organic. Now these, remember, we don't need to do. If you see these dash percentage ones, we just skip over this. All we have to do is just hit enter. This one, they're all green. Verify. You always have to verify to what's up here, so that's fine. It comes up. White chicken strips with grill marks added. Now the thing is, this is the actual product. You see, as long as chicken and everything is written here, we're fine. In this case, there is seasoning. That's maltodextrin. So let's get the seasoning here. Let's get maltodextrin here. There it is. And garlic, flavor, and salt. So, and salt. There's garlic extract and caramel color. That's it, hit enter. It accepts it, move on. Food starch modified is simply modified food starch. So it's the other way around. Be written. We're fine on this. Keep going. This is dextrose, pretty simple. There's tocopherols. Accept that. Vitamins and minerals. We don't need this part. You see the colon, but we need to know what kind it is. So in this case, it's a calcium carbonate. Accept that and hit enter. Now here, you notice it says enriched wheat flour and flour. We don't need two redundant systems, so what we're going to do is we're going to nix one of them. And we keep going. Malted barley flour is fine. Everything else looks good. By clicking this, it'll ignore this in the output file. Again, we don't want to double them up. When I say output file, you can click add rules, and you can see the rules that are being created. Do you notice there aren't two flours now? Normally it would say enriched wheat flour. Because we ignored this flour here, there's no flour written in between here. So it's perfect. That's exactly what we want to do. If you ever need to undo an ingredient, let's say you accidentally pressed enter or something, you can only undo the last ingredient set. So it's very important that you don't get too far ahead and then realize you need to go back. Let's say I wanted to go to the one before this that I just worked on. We click previous ingredient, and what it does, it'll go to the last one that I had just done. And what it does automatically eliminates these associations that were created in the rules tab. So what we're going to do here is we realize there's wheat flour, sugar, canola oil. Now this is a great example of why not to just hit enter when you figured out exactly what a set is. And the reason for that is cookies is fine. That's a product, and this is what it's made out of. So this is really what we want. However, this cocoa processed with alkali is very important. We actually want that. But our system, if you notice, is actually split it up into two. And what we can do is we can hit plus here and do it manually. These are one of those cases where we don't want to use the auto breakdown tool, which is this, and we want to do it manually. So let's go to sugar. Let's go and add the canola oil. And now you notice I ran out of lines. It's pretty simple. Just hit this plus, it'll create another line, up to 5 rows. And the reason why it's important is because we have cocoa processed with alkali in itself, not breaking it apart like this. So that's how we want it. We hit enter and it accepts it. And if you notice in the rules page, it's set just like that. And you just created that rule. And that's the whole point. So what we're going to do, let's just try a couple more. We got sodium bicarbonate, which is perfect. And a lot of them you will just hit enter. This is good. Here we go. So we've got an issue with caramel added for color. So you automatically know that's caramel color. And then tocopherols are added in this as well. Now tocopherol and tocopherol are pretty similar. Unless it says something specific for it, you can assume that that might be tocopherol. Green peas are just peas. There are different kinds, but these green peas are just your regular standard peas. Soy lecithin here. Multigrain noodle and chips are a product, so we don't want that. Now you see it's important. If it says a different color peas other than green peas, it's got to be specified. Here we have chickpeas. And so we can, they're actually called garbanzo beans. And we're just going to hit enter, verify, do a quick check, verify the rest is okay. You want to be very careful of oils and flours, as we found as those to be the most challenging. Sultanas, there we go. And natural spices, we've got chili, most likely a chili pepper. We got cumin, which is just cumin seed. We've got coriander. Just hit enter and keep going. Contains peanuts. I'll put in peanut. Apparently. Here's an example of why I have to be really careful when splitting ingredients. In this case, you notice this is natural flavors and contains milk. Our system actually splits it up as natural flavors, and you'd be tempted to put in milk here. However, it's actually neither. It is actually natural flavors with dairy, considering milk is dairy product. And then we hit enter on that. And that's what we want that to actually be. Same thing, this one's fine. High maltose brown rice syrup, so we got brown rice syrup. Maybe check high maltose. So you see this is probably a new one. What we're going to want to do is brown rice syrup. And again, click this box to create a new ingredient once you do a little investigating. Now, again, if you want to skip the ingredient, you click this, it'll go to the next set. If you want to go to the previous ingredient, you click this, it'll go to the last set, as you can see here. If you want to skip the entire product, meaning you want to go completely to the next product and want to deal with the rest of it, click skip product, it'll go to the next one. Now, what I also wanted to show you, here's an example of very important ways to read ingredients. It says berry and fruit extracts, and they are from apple, pomegranate, acai, and berry. So you notice our system is actually splitting those up. However, this is not just apple, pomegranate, acai, and blueberry. They're actually fruit and extracts. So we have to do them manually. So the first is actually apple. However, we also have an apple extract, and you have to do them in order. So there's apple extract, next one's pomegranate. So we add pomegranate, and then we create a new row. The next one's pomegranate extract. Next one is acai berry and acai berry extract. There it is. Create a new row. We got one more to do here. It's blueberry and blueberry extract. There it is. And we hit enter and accept that. And if you go back to our rules page, you'll notice it is now apple, apple extract, pomegranate, pomegranate extract, acai berry extract, blueberry extract, compared to what the breakdown tool had. That's very, very important to know. With something like this, since it is vitamin B5 calcium pantothenate, you don't actually break the two. We're going to do the override button here and type in calcium pantothenate, which is actually vitamin B5, all in one line. We don't want to split the two apart. With this one, we've got some Rebiana, which is also known as stevia extract, so you don't need the stevia extract part. And then what we're going to do here is you notice that there's actually 3, but it's telling you the stevia extract is actually a part of Rebiana. So this you don't actually want to do. You want to use the override breakdown tool. Put Rebiana in one. Put crystalline fructose in the other. And put the erythritol in the last one. And erythritol is a natural sweetener. It's telling you that this ingredient here is the natural sweetener. So we don't need to break down any further. There's just 3 ingredients in here. Very important to understand. Next, we've got fruit and vegetable juice color. Again, color is not an ingredient. So what we want to do is we want to do fruit, juice, color, and vegetable juice, color. Remember, it's very important to make sure you get it in the right order. Fruit comes before vegetable. Reverses osmosis water. This we can use the breakdown tool. So let's look up osmosis. There it is, reverse osmosis, but this is filtered water, ozonated water, and we want just plain water, as there are different ones. We have the same issue here, where you would break down this entire thing the same way again.